Want to help the channel? Go to shopclownfish.com where you can check out official Clownfish TV merchandise in our brand new shop. It helps us out. Also, check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/clownfishtv for more art and gaming live streams that we don't do on YouTube. We want to see you over there as well. Now let's get into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, and I'm going solo today. Geeky's busy. She's painting. She's painting the dining room now. She painted the bathrooms. Now she's painting the dining room. She's upending the whole house. She's making everything pretty. You know, she's doing a good job, but she's not on videos. She'll be on one later tonight. I'm hoping to get a fan mail unboxing video up. But I want to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 and the Ghost of Tsushima, which looks really awesome, and I haven't played it yet, but I'm hoping to pick it up pretty soon. Maybe me and Squid King can play through it on the gaming channel. I know I've got The Last of Us 2 pulled up here because I wanted to talk about the Japanese sales, and I think the situation with Western games is starting to mirror the situation with like anime and comics and all of that too, where the Japanese are getting really tired of American politics and American sensibilities. Not just tired, but they're also concerned. There is a growing concern about censorship and all of that going on over here. If you've been following Japanese Twitter, you'll see that they're concerned about Amazon pulling down manga and light novels because, you know, Americans are offended or something. So we're going to talk about the Ghost of Tsushima, which is getting rave reviews in Japan, and it looks absolutely badass. And, you know, I kind of figured this one was going to get really good reviews, but it's getting way better reviews in Japan than The Last of Us Part 2. And it's probably going to sell a lot better too. Because again, you know, the Japanese gave it a chance and then it just like dropped off a cliff. All right. This is coming from Bounding in the Comics. They're saying that the Ghost of Tsushima receives rave reviews from Japanese audiences and it upsets Western critics. Imagine that the rest of the world doesn't share Portland's ideology. It's amazing. I know it's really hard to believe that, you know, the rest of the world maybe doesn't think like San Francisco or Portland or Brooklyn, but it's true. It's true. So this is coming from Bounding in the Comics. Again, Ghost of Tsushima has been received overwhelmingly positively by the Japanese audience since its release, much to the dismay of Western critics seeking to spark discourse. That's what they always call it, right? That's what they always call it. Discourse around the game. On July 15th, Kotaku published an article discussing how Ghost of Tsushima is being praised by Japanese critics. Okay. Compiling rave reviews received by the game from notable Japanese review sites, which detailed how the critical consensus is that Ghost of Tsushima does an admirable job of bringing 13th century Japan to life. However, it's not all good. This is the article: Ghost of Tsushima being praised by Japanese critics. Here we go. All of the print publications, the big ones like Famitsu, I'm assuming, gave it rave reviews. Engadget, Famitsu did get a 40. That's usually pretty good if it gets a 40. So yeah, okay, so that's fine, right? Well, no, it's not fine because some blue checks on Twitter aren't real happy about it. Now, what's interesting about Ghost of Tsushima is that it is a Western-made title, but the Japanese enjoy it immensely. They enjoyed it a lot more than The Last of Us. Yeah, see. Their enjoyment of a Western-made title based on their history did not sit right with Western critics, who feared the Japanese acceptance of the title would render any criticism based on critical social justice theory baseless. The first to take issue with Japan's reception of the game was Gene Park, video game reporter for the Washington Post, who lamented how Kotaku's article will be used in bad faith to defend the game against criticism, specifically because Asians will have different perspectives than Asian Americans. Well, that's not completely untrue. Park's sentiment was soon echoed by like-minded players, many of whom were white or Asian American, who similarly feel that the lack of Japanese outrage toward the game would invalidate their Western-centric, critical race theory-based criticism. Kyle Bradford says, literally anyone who criticizes this game is now going to have to deal with people pointing to this, like Japanese nationals' opinions on this bullshit invalidates our own. I'm so furious. So many people have been dying for games to be taken more seriously, and the second that happens, they realize what all that entails. I'm so tired and furious. Here's Sissy. Sissy, I'm so exhausted. Everybody's tired and exhausted because Japanese nerddom media has had a problem with glorifying Japanese nationalism for like basically forever. And it's not like it's a secret that Japanese fascists exist. Oh my God. Is that where they're going with it? Because the game is, so let's back this up a little bit. Because the game deals with a source of national pride for Japanese people. Because it follows Samurai Jin Sakai as he defends the titular Tsushima island from the invading Mongol forces led by Kublai Khan. It's better than Kubla Kraus. Anybody remember Kubla Kraus from the one Christmas special? He was like he built the robots. He had a song. He had a little dummy. It was made out of iron. Yeah, nobody remembers that. Just me. So the Japanese eventually repelled the Mongols, handing the invaders one of their most decisive military defeats, leading to a resurgence in Japanese power and presence. Now, apparently, that makes you a fascist, because it is a source of national pride. Would it be funny if the Japanese made like the most flag-wavingest Americanist game ever, and all the Yahtzees just ate it up? How could you eat this up? Here we have another tweet. I'd like to add that those in Japan have a stake in this. This is a story they want told. Non-Japanese Asian and Asian Americans who suffered at the hands of Japanese imperialism will feel very differently. Tony Choi says, I really love it when Asian Americans raise serious concerns on an issue and white people go behind our backs to Asia to ask Asians in Asia what they think instead of actually asking us. Ouch. Ouch. The sentiment quickly received mass amounts of pushback from the wider gaming community, as players noted that not only was the game based on real historical events, but that these complaints were based in bad faith desires for controversy. Hang on, you're actually angry Japanese people aren't mad. Yes! Yes, they are. They are. I'm not kidding. They're trying to get the Japanese upset. They're trying to get the Japanese. They were trying with the situation with manga and anime and Western comics and all the animation. There were people trying to go to the Japanese and get them pissed off and get them involved in our stupid political debates. I am not kidding. Or they would go find one random Japanese person or creator who said something, bring it over here, bring it to American English Twitter, and be like, you know, look what this one Japanese person said. They don't like you. They don't like all the Yahtzees. They don't like it. They don't like what you're doing. Yeah, of course they are. Ben Candy says, how dare the Japanese not be offended by a game that treats their culture with respect just because it was made by Westerners? I want to see Japan make like the most flag-wavingest game. It's not a fantasy where the Mongols succeeded. They actually landed in Tsushima and killed thousands of people. You're thinking of mainland Japan, which is thousands of miles off. Do research before calling it a Japanese nationalist fantasy. Is that what they're calling it? A Japanese nationalist fantasy. So they're calling Japanese people Yahtzees now. Japanese fascists. So I'm waiting for the next thing. Well, like, you know, they worked with the Yahtzees back in the WW2, don't you? But yeah, we're going to see this. We're going to see, you know, Japanese, what they like is going to differ greatly from the West. I think we're going to see more of a culture divide. It used to be that, you know, back in the 80s until I think gaming and anime sort of became more mainstream, that there was a divide. That's why they censored so much content when they brought it over here to the US. But it does seem, you know, it did seem for a while anyway that, you know, at least when it came to video games, that a lot of times Japanese and Western tastes were kind of in alignment. And I think we're going to see a divide again, especially with the West, you know, banning more and more content, more and more anime, more and more light novels and manga, and we're gonna see this huge divide. I think, you know, you're gonna basically have like the pro-Japanese camp of gamers, and then you're gonna have the gamers that are like, killing anything in the game is wrong, and it's like literally killing things. Let's just do socialist sims and junk. And that's actually a thing. I've actually been to some gaming sites where they're like, even fantasizing about killing people is literally like killing people. So don't play games like that. Just play The Sims again and again and again. So I don't know. I think I'm going to check it out, though. It looks pretty badass. Reminds me of Tenchu, sort of, in a way, from what I saw of the gameplay. And I love Tenchu. That was awesome. It was an awesome game. Going to wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.